Alright, bishop b4, we play e5, I guess. Yeah. Tends to be 397, queen g4.
Wait a sketch.
Oh,
I
God.
know, 8
Yeah.
3.
Right.
Yeah,
you don't gotta prep me, baby. Roll the balls out. Let's fucking play. Let's fucking podcast. The fuck? I don't need to
Oh,
know what
okay,
the fuck
I mean-
we're talking about.
We're in. Let's go.
Okay, let's roll. Let's roll. Greetings.
This is
Frizz. It's
uncharted
Friday,
territory, but I
December
think
29th for
b4.
us, but January 1st for you. Welcome. to
And
Sunday
well, that
Clubhouse
bishop is a little
Broadcasting
silly, no?
Podcast. Hope everyone's having a great 2024. New year, new me. But for me, it's still the old me because it's 2023, the horrible year that will never end.
c5 is
Okay, as you've already heard, we're joined today
not
by
possible anymore.
the great Stavi baby. Stav,
So,
welcome
wow.
back.
How we doing, boys? Thanks for having me.
Tends to be a good position.
Christmas, Felix. Everyone had a good Christmas. Everyone got some good presents.
Yeah, I had a terrific Christmas. This was one of those years.
I feel like you could
where,
just go knight f3,
you know how,
bishop
like, it gets
d3.
November and you're like, all right,
You don't need to
think
play
of-
this like
yeah,
a
think of everyone's
like
gifts.
a
I kept
typical
trying to do
French
that,
anymore.
man.
You just have like a
Fuck,
positional edge
no
now.
fucking idea. There's only one other straight male in the family for me to shop for.
So
I
only
figured
only one pocket pussy is what you're saying.
yeah, exactly.
So,
That's
yeah,
a
for me, it's
hilarious-
easy. I got 3
Yeah.
straight males in my family.
Right.
That's 3 pocket pussies every year. We see whatever the newest one is, you know.
You just go bishop b3, takes on b4,
Yeah.
takes on b4,
This one-
Replace your
this-
sniper.
takes on a1,
Stroke
takes
with
on
it,
a1.
plug it that way.
Yeah. I got my brother.
Still
in
quite a
tactical
good position with the
flashlight.
b4 pawn.
It has a flashlight attached to it that's as bright as a car's headlights. It's and if you get trapped in your car while you're jacking off, like the back light can break
Podcast,
the
you know,
window.
starting off right with the flashlight convo
I
with
like
Stavi.
to put an SRO red dot on them because otherwise I may miss my leg.
I love how Stavi goes on
Yeah,
Chapo.
that would be great. if
Like,
you could
that's-
aim the jit with the tactical. We gotta get it. Look, these are all great ideas. I know we're having a nice laugh, boys, but this is great. This is great first responder stuff. We would we would need an Iraq War veteran.
I guess he has knight f5 and kind of ruins my pawns, but it really doesn't matter. I just don't care.
Fleshlights or something like that. Like it would have to be like some kind of one of those badass skull and bones.
Just bishop
former
d3
operator
and
companies. It's
kind of play it
Black
like
Coffee or
like
Yeah,
a really bad
shit like
Caro
that.
con.
We need that version of fleshlights.
After a hard day.
You could even go bishop e2 and play like a really bad Caro con.
Me and the boys hit the barracks.
Eventually
we worked out our
playing like knight
aggression
b5
of
and
tactical
c4.
Lisa and fleshlight
Yeah,
with a suppressor.
yeah. We weren't lucky enough to be able to molest children like the Afghan warlords that we had to protect.
Bishop d3 though, I like that.
Fashion our own fleshlights out of Gatorade bottles and sponges.
Think how scary like a flashlight that someone made in World War I would look like.
Oh my
It would be like
God.
it would be like Harrow's half face from Boardwalk
Yeah.
Empire. It would have like a fucked up kind of realistic like lips and eyes on it.
Yeah.
It would be like everything back then because people have been trying to make flashlights since there was like language probably.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what Sumerian script was used
Absolutely.
to label fleshlight. The first alphabet came from that. The cuneiform. Yeah.
2001, but it's a bunch of apes like hooting and hollering around a giant tactical fleshlight. And then they throw it up in the air. It's like a million years pass, and then it's just me furiously jacking off. I'm like, oh god, this plastic pussy feels so good.
I think we're onto something.
I think you're onto something.
Maybe it's like they when they took over Uday Hussein's palace, they opened up a room and it was just full of state of the art fleshlights, like behind all the tigers and shit.
Right, but now you just lose the pawn on d5 and seemingly you're lost.
Maybe that's actually how.
Frankly,
That was the type of shit that he did.
frankly, I don't believe it.
Whenever there was someone who is like, if you were like on the Iraqi judo team and you didn't medal in the Olympics, This guy
Just
he, like,
C4 and then knight
clearly
G5
was
is
not following judo then.
seemingly
Right.
winning.
He would
Right.
hear about it and be like, all right,
Maybe not
buddy,
though.
and just
Maybe
getting
it's not so
killed
easy.
and
I mean,
getting
you
his
should
skull hollowed out so I can fuck it.
calculate. But I think C4.
And it's like
I mean, knight
and he
f4 is
did that
also a
many
good move.
medals, so presumably he did that to a lot of
He had
people.
to
I
do
don't
a
know what
lot
he
of skull
expected.
fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
God,
that's
that was-
brutal. There's also
Knight
that
f4,
with
queen
Warren
C4
Buffett
though. Then
fashion, like,
maybe C4 for that
medieval
reason.
King Son still in power. The Hussein boys really like that's a true nepo baby. He didn't use it to try and become an actress. You know what I mean? He's not.
Yeah.
He's not trying to be. He's not trying to sell his shitty memoir. His shitty fucking his like book of essays. No, my man was
But
taking
yeah, I
his
like
dad's
knight
wealth. He
G5
was fucking. He was executing his enemies. I love it.
But what I like about
just
them
to get the
is
queen off the
that
E6
only one brother
square.
was
Like if you played
you know,
well,
taking
C6 would be a blunder at the moment, but if he eventually gets my knight kicked out with C6,
like, it seemed like only one was doing that.
which I don't
Right,
actually
but
see when he
his-
does that
like, his
because
brother clearly wasn't
the
into
pawn is watching
that,
over
but he,
C7.
like, you know,
Pretty
he
much needs the
died
castle,
fighting it out with them. And I think that's like
Mm.
that's
and
like me and my brother.
yeah,
You know, I don't
After
do
castle.
any of that. I've never kidnapped any
Uh,
Poland.
Right.
I don't
I've
know.
never,
I should
like,
I
zone house.
should have a move here.
Right.
I don't know exactly
But, you know,
what move,
maybe
but
I'll say things that, you know, my brother wouldn't say. But I
Right.
think that if we were facing off against,
I guess I
like,
could defend the C4
King
pawn
Martin division, he
and
would fight to his death with me.
Yes.
That's it.
you would-
I
yeah.
really like family.
but I should
bonds
probably
with them.
castle too.
That's beautiful. Now those guys didn't actually see any combat.
The
did
C4
they?
pawn
They
should
really
I
be
mean,
did, or no?
they got aired the fuck out. when
defended
they
for
were,
a while.
Like a hold up in their like some sort of hideout. They were like, "You'll never take me alive, copper."
Oh, that's
Yeah,
fucking sick.
yeah,
Oh,
They got annihilated.
yeah, they got each got
Pretty
hit with like
fucking
60
So
bullets,
97.
they killed the shit out of them.
You know what's
Well,
not?
I gotta
It's
I
not
gotta say, though-
fair, dude. That's not fair because he got to live like even his death is awesome. He got to be a murderer and like
And go out
steal
like Sonny
clean water.
Corleone.
He got to go out like
Yeah.
Sonny. Like,
Maybe
he
just
got-
rooks.
his life ruled,
Maybe queen B3.
like from a pure like what a man's perfect life is.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
where does the
take
queen go
morality out of it,
anyway?
do
Probably
whatever
B3.
the fuck you want at any moment that you want. Create a bunch of enemies, and then flout the U.S. government, flout the most powerful military that's in your country unjustly, and probably at least wound a couple of them, if not, if he even killed one soldier. While
So yeah, knight
like,
G5.
being
I'm
fucking
assuming
like,
Valhalla.
he's in rapist
Queen
Valhalla
G6?
right now.
You know,
Oh no,
you know,
queen
I gotta
G6
say about-
loses.
I gotta say about Uday and
Wait.
and their dad.
Yeah, that might be.
I wish we
And then
did
queen
program
C6
so
also
bad. I
loses.
wish
So
we
knight
had-
G5
I
And
miss
Uday-
them, man. I miss their
in Uday-
voice. I need
tends
them
to
comment
have
on the cancel
reasons
culture.
I
and
always
logic.
liked how when Saddam was on death row, he
I
would,
didn't
like,
actually
give
see
these,
knight
like,
G6 just loses
jokey
instantly, or queen
interviews,
G6 loses
and it's
instantly to
like,
knight E7.
they just killed two of your sons.
So that's
they're
the reason
about
why I
to
never
kill
played knight
you.
G5.
And he'd be like,
And also queen
well,
C6
you know, on
loses instantly.
Sundays I
So
get
he has to
more
go queen
bread.
E8,
And it's like, you
and after
have
queen
the
E8
best
you could
attitude.
play.
Yeah, he
You
and you
really-
know what? That's probably what
yeah.
got him where he was.
After
where he
queen
was
E8 you could
before, you know?
play
It's like, just
various
positive.
moves.
For a guy who, like,
Let's see,
killed
what do
people,
I do here?
He was really positive, but like
I mean, you could go C5, and then the
fact
bishop
that,
is
like,
just
going back, the fact that,
terribly
like,
ugly, and you
Uday and
also
Kuzo got, like, these, like,
you win
kinda
the
cool martyrs
C7
deaths that
pawn.
they absolutely didn't deserve.
Mhm.
That's perfect. That really sums up
Forking
the
the
invasion.
queen and the rook.
Yeah.
Just taking, like, one of the worst guys and, like, accidentally, like, just giving him, like, the best death anyone could ask for.
Yep.
Like you said, sending him to rape his Valhalla.
Yeah. Absolutely. He's just up there.
He might try
shaking hands with Bill
something
Cosby when he
like A
dies.
takes
He's
B4,
like,
but
"Welcome,
the
brother."
bishop is
You
hanging,
know?
so
It's like,
doesn't quite work.
Uday's waiting for Bill Cosby. He's waiting. I don't know what are some other great sexual assaulters of Genghis Khan's up there already.
Really, like
Something
almost
like A takes
anyone
B4.
who was alive before. I'm gonna say 1996.
C takes
Yeah.
B6,
what's
and
his
if
face?
rook takes A3, just
fuck, Spartacus.
rook takes
He was
A3,
Kirk,
and
Kirk
knight
Douglas.
takes
Yeah,
C7.
Look,
Yeah.
it's okay. He's dead. He's dead, so we can talk about what he did to Natalie Wood, not the murder.
Or
rape.
He's a complete piece
you
of
can
shit. He's
start
up
going
there
for the
in
B
rape
pawn.
Valhalla.
Folks, look
Yeah.
it up.
I
You
know,
know,
I
just
know, I
pretty much
know
everything
about
happened.
it.
Um,
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
every famous
c6,
actor.
Everyone, like the only
you could just take the
actors,
pawn with the knight,
you know,
and
back
should
then
be
who
pretty
were
good.
even like kind of nice to those girls, like 12-year-olds
Or
that they
take the
would
bishop
have
with the
like
knight.
playing the wife of a 37-year-old
And
man
yeah.
in a movie were like the guys who were gay. That was
Yes,
it.
yes.
Everyone else was like, you know, they would go to their terrible stage.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes
Now you're
so
up a
much
piece.
sense. That's why everybody
Yeah.
loved Cary Grant, right? Wasn't he a closeted homosexual?
And
I believe he was bisexual.
Oh, never mind. With
Yeah, okay.
rescinded, so he fucked everybody.
h6,
Respect.
so
Yeah, if
The thing,
you
Snubby,
were
is I like pussy and dick. I like that. It's just simply I simply can't get enough. And then yesterday I was fucking Jimmy Stewart, and he said, "Could you please?" He was like, "Carrie, could you please slow down? Slow down. You gotta butter me up a little bit."
I'm gonna boss. Oh, jeez.
if you were a heterosexual actor besides like Humphrey Bogart, you would just go up to the worst stage mom ever, who's she's like drinking morphine that she got at Walgreens,
Yes,
and be
yes,
like,
yes, yes. Yeah.
I'd like
lemon
to,
lime flavored morphine.
yeah,
That you could also clean your floors with.
you go up to her like she was about to sell her daughter until she noticed that she had like high cheekbones and was like, oh.
You could tap dance.
Yeah. And you're like, I'd like to invite your 11-year-old daughter to an orgy I'm hosting.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, okay, that's actually pretty exciting. I thought I thought
yeah, bishop b6.
Oh yeah, she's blacked out. That's all of Hollywood. So yeah, basically those guys are hanging out with Uday. It's just a good party up there in dirtbag Valhalla, piece of shit Valhalla.
Well,
Let's
actually,
see, what do we do here?
Right before we started recording, I saw this story, which it features some good father and son interaction. As long as we're talking about Saddam and his kids.
Maybe
This is
queen
the headline here
d2
from
and
Complex.com. Boozy Badass
force him
thinks his
to
son
maybe
smokes
take
too
here
much,
on
he gonna
b4.
turn into a weed plant. And this is about Boozy. This is about Boozy and his son Tootie Raw, and it says here, during a recent Instagram live stream, Boozy Badass expressed concern over his 20-year-old son's smoking habits. As seen in the clip from the stream below, Boozy was talking to his fans and followers.
Can reroute the knight to f4.
Raw was. He was told he was outside in his car, apparently
Go
smoking.
91, knight
"You're gonna
d3,
turn
knight
into a
f4.
weed plant," Boozy responded. "He a weed plant with shoes on. Everything revolves around smoking." So like it goes on, and he just talks about how he can't really talk to his son about this because he was the same way when he was 20.
Right,
But then
right.
And he's that way now.
Yeah.
I see him on like he's on Vlad.
Yeah,
and
let's just do
he's
that.
drinking morphine through twisty stuff.
Then knight f4.
And he's like that interview where he's like, I like the real high school.
Oh, we'll just go to
volleyball
c5.
player white girls.
Let's go knight
Just
t3.
saying, like stuff that would be career ending for anyone else.
Well, you
That's
speak of things.
awesome.
Speak of things that would be career ending for everyone else. I'm reading this article and I'm like, oh, like come on, Tootie Raw, don't smoke weed.
Yeah, knight
I
t3.
get to the last paragraph and it says here, Boozy and Tootie sparked backlash last
The point of my
year
move, and
after a video
just like
appeared
rook
to show
c1.
them examining a woman's genitals with a magnifying glass.
We're on the pawn.
In the bizarre clip.
So he
In the
takes.
bizarre clip,
Can maybe go
Boozy
d5
heard
too.
telling his then 18-year-old son, "Look at the pussy, son." Many criticized Boozy for his hypocrisy after he went on several homophobic rants directed at Lil Nas X for displaying
Let's
his
go
sexuality
d5.
in music videos.
Wait,
Sherlock Holmes,
hold on,
Look at that
hold
pussy,
on.
son. Look at that pussy.
I'm sorry, hypocrisy.
Open the
man,
position.
What happens in the home? Look, if a gay
Yeah.
guy wants to show his
Take
gay
F1.
son how to fuck a man's ass, that can happen in the home. Just don't put that out there on YouTube, okay? That's all I'm saying. Boozy was teaching his son how to be straight. Okay?
We're threatening to take on h6. Also threatening to take on
man,
c6.
it's like I believe in parents' rights.
So
Yeah.
And if Boozy wants to pretend he's Sherlock Holmes and a woman's pussy is the clue
now it's
that
checkmate.
solves the murder,
Unavoidable.
and his son is looking at it through a magnifying glass, that's up to him as far as I'm concerned.
Alright.
Game is
like,
Good game.
Speaking like Boosie's view of the world and how he like learns.
Yeah,
things,
so you should
He is a lot like Socrates.
you should take on c3.
That's like something he would do. It's like it's like today's lesson. Me and my son are going to examine a pussy to try to figure out like where herpes.
This is where women
from.
breathe through.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a very naturalistic Socratic method of figuring out the world.
That's
Like,
awesome.
yeah, that's what he does. And Socrates famously said that like if Plutarch goes to prison in Athens, he'll have butt thugs.
Right.
He'll make a boss call. He was just like Boozy.
It's funny. Socrates. This is great. Socrates killed himself because the
Right.
butt thugs took
Anti-5.
over Athens, i.e., Sparta.
Right.
They
Yeah,
lost
yeah,
the Peloponnesian War. He drank the hemlock and was like, "Don't do it, man, man.
GG.
Don't rape your son. Don't rape your son, Leonidas.